Hey everyone, Bassman Strikes here. So kayak fishing's done for the year, unfortunately, but so now I put some more time and effort in my aquarium tanks over the winter, and so this is the current project. It did have an under gravel filter, and you can see there's a bunch of mulm down there that was underneath it. I took some out. For some reason, this one did not work well. I don't know what the deal was. I only had one uplift tube on it. That might have been the deal. And I also had like a smaller grid on the under gravel filter. Let's take a look here. So here's the tank I put the fish in from that other tank. That's we're gonna convert this one to dirt. That's what this project is. But all the fish are in here now. And so this is the under gravel filter. So I put this like cross stitch stuff on here. I glued it on top, and I think it made the holes too small, and it didn't pull stuff down. So I think it wasn't flowing good through the gravel. But anyway, it had like major issues with too much nutrients. It wasn't sucking it down through and processing it properly. This one, on the other hand, I did not put that cross stitch board on it. It's just the regular under gravel filter, and this one's doing fantastic. So the valve over here, this started out with literally like 6 plants, and it's spread across the whole 75-gallon tank, and this is what it looks like after a trim. So in about, I don't know, a month or so, this stuff will all have grown back up and reached the surface again, and I'll have to trim it. And there's some hornwort right there. So this one's been doing fantastic. So you can see there's the gravel. Got the roots from the valve. So anyway, that's going to be the project here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to drain this down. I'll probably leave just a little bit of this water and all this mulm and stuff. I'm just going to leave it in there. So this will all remain, and I'm going to cover it with organic potting soil, 1 inch. And I've got that right here. This stuff is actually looks pretty good. So this is what I'm going to be using. Let's take a look. There's not a lot of sticks in it. It actually looks really good. So because it's winter in here, I'm not going to mineralize it. That would take way too long. So I'm going to try and fill it up and cap it with the sand, which I also have right here. I got pool filter sand. This stuff's pretty good. This is HTH pool filter sand. It's got a pretty decent color and a nice grain size. It's not too small, not too big. Should make a nice cap. So anyway, this is what I'm gonna put in there. Cap it with about 2 inches of sand. We'll see what happens. And I am gonna be using this filter, which is already cycled. So that should help a lot, you know, because the soil's going to release some ammonia. But this thing it's got a ton of biological filtration media in it, so it shouldn't have a problem with it at all. I'm just going to use a submersible pump with a Python hose and route it to the bathroom and get rid of it. Obviously, I'm going to save the hornwort. That's going to go back in, and then, like I said, I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but I'm going to thin this out and put it in here, in this sand cap. So we'll plant it real heavy right to begin with valve. And it's all going to go in the back. And then I'll just let it go, let that get established. And we'll see what happens. So. All right, everyone, so dirted tank is progressing, currently draining with this submersible pump. There's an adapter on there so it fits the Python. You can get those at Amazon if you want them. So that's it. It's going to go drain down. And whatever that stuff is left, I'm just going to leave it. Cover it with the dirt. About 1 inch. And then cap it. Fill it back up. Using the same filter media that's in there. Alright, folks. I got the dirt in. There's about 1 inch. So it's about a 1/2 inch up to here. And there's another 1/2 inch there. That's all I'm going to put in. I'm just going to spray down the edges like this. This isn't hydrogen peroxide, it's just water. We're just going to get as much of this dirt off the edges as we can here. So that's all I'm doing. And then once I'm done here, I'm going to put the sand cap on. And I'll be right back. All right, folks. So I got some of the sand in. I got about not quite ½ inch. So up to where that crease is, this is sitting on top of the soil. That's 2 inches right there. So that's how much 2 inches of gravel or sand is. So I got one more bag. I'm going to start pouring it in. All right, I'll be back. All right, folks, there we go. That's about 2 inches of sand. So that's what 2 inches looks like. So there's about 1 inch of the soil. I can always add more sand if I want. That looks pretty good. I think it's ready to add water. All right, I'm gonna get some plastic and we're gonna fill her up. All right, folks, so there we go. She's filling up. I used the plastic bag as the buffer. So it's filling up nice and slow. You can see it's clear. Look at that. So this HTH stuff is washed really well. There's no dirt on it at all. So if you don't want to monkey around washing sand, get HTH pool filter sand. It's the best. Look at that. You can see there's the soil layer down there. Hopefully I put enough. I think I did. We'll see. Yeah, I think it's enough. Because up to there is a ½ inch, and then I got another ½ inch there, so it's about an inch. It should be good. We'll find out, I guess, right? I'm just knocking some of the finer particles that were floating. So it's staying nice and clear. I got really no complaints here about that. So I did not wash this sand at all. There was no washing. So I mean, that's outstanding. It saves you a ton of time. You know, and this isn't like super fine grained either. It's got a nice grain size. All right, so it's going, and I'm just filling it up through the pump that I used to drain it with. That's the best way to do it. All right, I'll be back. All right, there we go, folks. Dirted tank is almost completed. Filter's back running. Sand is in. As you can see, it's super clear. This is the first fill. That's super clear. Look at that. Amazing.